Alright, what's up? It's Silverwing here, and today I'm gonna tell you guys my top 10 total drama characters. So before we get started with this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop some more videos for you all. So yeah, you know the drill. Anyway, let's get started. Number 10, we have the Queen Bee herself, Heather. So I really like how Heather's character was wrote throughout the first season. She was supposed to she was meant to be the main villain, and she proved to own that title in season one. Um, she made allies. She eliminated her enemies and her allies, and she made it to the final three. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Like, so you can tell she worked her butt off to make it that far. Kinda shame she had her hair shaved, but karma. And in Total Drama Action, even though she wasn't as devious, I still enjoyed her character. Like it was nice to see her worry about playing a game instead of manipulating people like in season one. And then good old season three, so far her best season. Uh, let's see, she already had a lot of enemies and a big target on her back from the very beginning. But she was pretty lucky. She was placed on a good team, and their team was so dysfunctional that she was able to stay under the radar until merge. And I really like her dynamic with Alejandro. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see two big villains try to take each other out while taking out their enemies in the process. And yeah, all in all, that character is pretty good and was really well written. And we don't talk about All Stars, so yeah. Number 9 is Multiple Mike. So Mike's character is a pretty interesting one to say the least. A guy with multiple personalities disorder with some pretty interesting personalities. And a grumpy old man, a Russian Olympian, um, an Australian treasure hunter, and Vito. Yeah, pretty interesting a pretty interesting bunch to say the least. And he was like, I really enjoyed watching him when he was on screen. He was pretty interesting to watch. And I like his friendship with Cameron and his dynamic with Zoe in Revenge of the Island. 'Cause, it really built up the suspense of how she will react to his personalities and how they'll get together. It was kind of sad to see him eliminated, but he still had a good run. And then Stupid All Stars, even though he won the season, he honestly wasn't deserving to be the winner. I mean, he wasn't even there for damn near half the season. It was just Mal. And I apologize if you hear my sister in the background. But yeah. And carrying a disorder with a reset button, yeah, that's stupid. But still, all in all, Mike is a pretty awesome character and is pretty fun to see to watch on screen. Number 8, we have the math skills nerd Harold. Harold. Let's see. He at first glance you could just at first glance you'll think he's just a random nerd who thinks he has all the skills of the world. But but in the dodgeball challenge and the talent show challenge in season one, he proved himself to actually have skills. And I liked his dynamic with Lashana in season one, even though it wasn't much since they were on opposite teams. They were still able to build up a relationship, or at least a one-sided relationship, but still it was there. It wasn't official, but the spark was still there. And in season two, I really like how they brought out his rivalry with Duncan. At first, it was just Duncan playing childish yet hilarious pranks on Harold. But a few episodes in, they actually started to explore their rivalry, and it actually let us see how well they work as a team, from winning the war challenge for their team and working together during the Kung Fu challenge before Harold ultimately won immunity. And Harold's performance in action was pretty darn good to watch. And he was always hilarious. He was always hilarious to me to watch on screen. Whether it was to prove he has skills and fail miserably in a hilarious way, or prove to have skills and he actually does succeed. And all in all, it was pretty entertaining to watch. He's a pretty good character, and I feel like he has a lot of potential to actually win a future season if they let him. At number seven, we have the sisters, Emma and Kitty. So, is it number seven? 10, 9, 8. Yeah, this is seven. Alright, so I really like how I like the main thing about the sisters. I really like how they grew throughout the series. I mean, at first, Emma was just obsessed with winning and bossing Kitty around, blaming her for her mistakes, and Kitty was just trying to have a good time without really worrying about winning. Throughout the series, the sisters started to grow as characters, from Emma learning how to let loose and have fun, and build up her relationship with Noah, and Kitty learning how to actually become serious with the challenges and try her best. And together, the sisters are pretty big threats to face. And yeah, I mean, fourth place, shoot, they proved how tough they are, and they became in first place a couple times. So yeah, all in all, the sisters are a force to be reckoned with, and are pretty entertaining to watch on screen. At number six, we have the arch villain Alejandro. Alejandro, he was in season three. He was the big bad villain who you should beware. He was a he was a force to be reckoned with. He was the new guy. He eliminated a lot of the contestants early on and later on, and I really like his dynamic with Heather. Well, like I said before, it was pretty entertaining to see two big villains try to take each other out. And Alejandro, he was always pretty entertaining to see, whether it was his dislike to Owen or him planning to eliminate his enemies, and he did a good job at it. Mo- most of his plans succeeded, and it brought him all the way to the final two. And in All Stars, I mean, even though the season is terrible, Alonso was one of the few things to make me enjoy watching it. At least the first time I watched it, because I watched it once and once alone. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was kind of, Alonso's voice was kind of funny to me in All Stars, because it didn't sound threatening. Um, and I like watching him beat up his brother Jose. That right there was hilarious. And yeah, all in all, Alonso is another force to be reckoned with, and a pretty good character to watch on screen. Number five, we have the Uber jock Lightning. Lightning, he is extremely hilarious to me to watch. Whether it's mistaking Joe for a dude, referring to himself in the first person, or just being an absolute idiot, which is hilarious. Cause shoot, I have a friend who's an absolute idiot, and he is extremely funny. And yeah, and I swear to God, if he finds a YouTube channel, I will block him. 'Cause I do not want to know what he will comment. But yeah, like lightning. Uh, shoot, and Reggie Allen. He was hilarious to me, and in All Stars, he was one of the only reasons why I was watching the first, why I liked the first two episodes. He's hilarious, especially in his elimination episode. Uh, let's see what else. And I honestly don't consider Lightning a villain, because I mean he never really manipulated people. He just cared more about himself. That was pretty much it. Like, the reason people consider him a villain, it don't even have anything to do with the game. It's just his regular personality. But still, all in all, Lightning is pretty funny and entertaining to watch on screen. Number four is Scott. In Revenge of the Island, Scott played the main villain and did a pretty good job at it. I mean, you wouldn't suspect your average farmer uh to be to have such a big brain to eliminate almost all the contestants, And even though his strategy with losing challenges to give the other team a false sense of security, that honestly, even though it made no sense to me, shoot, it still worked out for him. I mean, shoot, he eliminated almost his entire the entire Rats team, and it was also pretty entertaining to see, um, um, like his rivalry with Fang. It was pretty funny like to me. I kind of enjoy seeing villains worry about something that doesn't have to do with the game and just shoot something outside of their villainy. And yeah, that. And in All Stars, Scott was Scott is the number one reason why I was able to tolerate All Stars. He was hilarious every time he was on screen. I don't really like his dynamic with Courtney because, shoot, it only the relationship only lasted like freaking 2 episodes, so it was kind of a throwaway idea to begin with. Like, I don't think anything would have really changed whether they got together or not. But still, Scott was pretty funny in All Stars, and all around is a pretty good character and a great villain. Number three is Bridget, the surfer. Um, let's see. In Island, Bridget, she was pretty fun to watch. Like, like I know she didn't really exactly do much to begin with, but still, I really like her character and her relationship with Jeff. It was pretty good to watch. I mean, her elimination episode when her and Jeff finally got together, it was a pretty good moment to see. And I liked her time on the Killer Bass. She hardly made any enemies whatsoever. And is a pretty good person. And she's an animal lover, and I'm an animal lover, so yeah. And season two, I mean, I can't really say anything about that since she was eliminated pretty early on. But the aftermaths, her and Jeff made pretty good aftermath hosts. And their aftermath dynamics. It was pretty fun to see whether it was their rocky relationship or them getting back together or them constantly making out. Yeah, it's pretty entertaining. And even though season three, where she where she was also eliminated early, like I said, I still like how she was in the aftermaths. Her and Jeff, shoot, they made the aftermaths worth watching and entertaining. And yeah, all in all, Bridget is a pretty good character, and if she was in a future season, I think she'll go far. We just have to see. Number two is the cynical bookworm Noah. Noah is, in my opinion, the most underrated character. He has so much potential, is very well liked, and like he's a character that I personally can relate to the most. We're both sarcastic. We both don't give a crap about anything, and we're not afraid to show that. Only real difference is I don't like books, and he does. So yeah, and I'm pretty athletic, especially compared to him. But still, no, Noah's a pretty funny character when he's on screen. I know in season one he didn't do much and only have like one one confessional. Like I think Noah only had like two confessionals altogether from seasons one, two, three. So yeah, I can't really say much in season one, but in season three, I like how they brought out him and Owen's dynamic. It was pretty fun to see. It was pretty fun to see that the dynamic duo whenever they're on screen. And I like how they really brought it out in the London episode where he was stupidly eliminated just because Chris wanted to change the rules last minute. It was pretty dumb. And the redonkulous race, that I, that is where Noah got to shine. Well, like I just said, I love him and Owen's dynamic, and I really like his relationship with Emma and how Noah grew as a person, all in all. Before he before he was just he didn't like anyone whatsoever and didn't really have many emotions, but that all changed in Redonka's race. He, because being friends with Owen, it it brought out more in him. It brought out his nicer side and more of his caring side. And his relationship with Emma, it showed that Noah does have emotion and potential. Um, when he actually wants to try the challenge. And yeah, all in all, Noah is a pretty good character, and I also think he has the potential to win a future season, which is have to see. And I apologize if you hear my nephew crying in the background. And let's see. Number one, two. I'm pretty sure that nobody's surprised. The delinquent Duncan. Oh, Duncan. Where do I even begin with you? Guess I'll start with season one. Uh, he is a rebel. He made friends. He made enemies. He made it to the final four. And he has a secret soft spot that he just loves to try and hide. But still, in season one, Duncan is a pretty entertaining person to watch. He helped his team with a lot of challenges and proved that he was a force to be reckoned with himself. Soft spot or not, Duncan is a potential threat physically and to me socially. And a total drama action, he was still pretty entertaining to watch. Maybe not as much as Island, but still. Shoot, the main times I really like watching Duncan in action was in his confessionals. They were just funny to me, and I really like his dynamic with Courtney in season one. And in season two, like I don't really exactly like how they played it out throughout season two. I mean, it was kind of a on off will they won't they thing, and yeah, I don't really see how they broke up in the first place, or even if they broke up. It was all kind of confusing to me, but still, to me, Duncan is a deserving winner and was pretty entertaining to see. I would have preferred if he won against someone that wasn't Beth, because let's be honest, I kind of feel anyone could beat Beth, but still. And in season three, um, uh, not counting the whole Gwen thing, Duncan was still entertaining to watch in season three. Whether trying to eliminate Courtney or trying to avoid being eliminated himself. Um, he as shown in action, he always managed to weasel his way out of elimination. Um, whether it's convincing others to vote someone else or just getting or just straight up pure luck and someone else voted themselves off instead of him. But hey, whatever works. And All Stars, God, I hated All Stars 5. They wrote Duncan. Like he cared too much about being tough and ended up getting himself arrested. I don't like how they broke up him and Gwen. That was stupid. But but still, Duncan is my all-time favorite character. I love how they wrote his character and how he was able to make friends and enemies. And like I said before, I like his dynamic with Harold and how the rivalry was brought out during season two. And yeah, and plus Duncan he's the only total drama character to make merge 4 times. That's gotta count for something. That has to show how good he is. And yeah, well that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and make sure to tune in for other videos. I will be posting one tomorrow for Halloween. But I'm not gonna say exactly what, but you gotta wait and see. But until then, this is Silverwing signing off.